Welcome back to another live session on Friday. This is a last day of trading week. Coming up, PPI and preparing for that session. With the PPI, early we saw the Gbpusd news has come out, was pretty impressive. Now at the moment we can see this is where looking at coming up PPI, a very important news coming 10:30 p.m. in my zone, which is forecast for core PPI 0.3%, PPI 0.2%. So very high impact news. So now let's look at on XAUUSD, as well as we will be looking at dollar yen, and also you can see this instrument as well trending nicely. Both of this instrument we will be looking at in this session. Dollar yen looking at here from the 4-hour perspective, and on gold we can see that lower time frame price action 4-hour perspective as well. We see that from this support level there was a bounce, so we'll be doing a full multi-time frame analysis before we look for any entry, but I'm waiting for everyone to show up in this live session. Are you guys ready for trading PPI? Welcome. We are ready. Yep. If you guys can hear me, you can say something on the live chat. You can say yes or Y. You can type Y if you can hear me. If you don't, then type no, so that you know that we are on the same page. And also make sure you like this stream, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every single day. So dollar yen is in a downtrend. XAUUSD also in a trend. So let's look at multi-time frame analysis for both of this instrument, and based on that we will be looking for trading opportunity in this market. So looking at, first of all, XAUUSD, looking at the monthly chart to see overall picture in this market. So looking at monthly here on gold, we can see that there is an inverted head and shoulder here, a strong breakout, pullback, another breakout, deeper pullback. It is in another impulsive phase. So first of all, doing the multi-time frame is because once we see that the market from the multi-time frame, gold is in the bull market, and because it's in the bull market from here, okay, so we see that pretty strong bounce on the monthly perspective on XAUUSD, and with that monthly impulse from this support level, where you can see the price from this support had significant breakout. If we look at the weekly chart here, we can see that from the weekly perspective, this is the weekly bullish engulfer, and with that weekly bullish engulfer from the weekly, we see this is a bull market. If we look at the daily here, we can see that from the daily where the market is showing that bullish impulse on XAUUSD. Now this is where important price action confirmation that we will be looking for potential bullish opportunity. Already today we had a trade with 50 pip up, and we have taken that. Now currently the market is in a bull market, in a bullish trend in all time frame. So as soon as we'll see the price has come down for pullback, especially on the lower time frame, we will be looking for entry in this market. So looking at the 4-hour chart here, we can see this is the 4-hour, and that's an important support level. Okay, so this is an important support on the 4-hour time frame, and here is a big move followed by this pullback, another move, followed by, we can see the market is coming for another pullback here, and this is a very important support from the 1 hour chart if we look at on XAU USD. Now here is the level that we can look for potential entry. What you can see that this is where from here, okay, so we can see that a move to the upside, pullback, another move, deeper pullback here, and at the moment in this area, what we can see that on XAUUSD, because the price is respecting this level where there is a previous resistance turning support here, and we can see with this move the price on a pullback, expecting for this price to drop further to that support, potentially to retest the 20 EMA and then to bounce back to the upside here on XAUUSD. Now this is a bull market, and in that bull market we will be waiting for this price to drop again to the 20 EMA zone where there is a high liquidity, and with that drop what we can expect for this price to come back here in that zone where there is a high liquidity and then to bounce back up. So it's in a bull market, and because it's in a bull market we will be waiting for the price to retest and then to return again to the upside. Now 15 minutes price action here, where from this we saw that there was a break of structure and then move back to the upside, and we can see the price currently coming back here potentially to this support level here, and with that coming to that support from the 15 minutes perspective on XAUUSD, we will be waiting for this price to come back here to that support level. All right, so this is a very important level here, and with that level there is a head and shoulder, and with that head and shoulder expecting for this market to drop again to that support level, and if we see the prices drop well below that support level, that's where we will be looking for potential entry in this market. So now at the moment if we look at the 4 hour here, we can see that there's a 4 hour candle, bullish candle formation, and because the price in a significant from the support has got a bounce, it's in an uptrend. If we look at the daily, again this is a daily support level, so as soon as the price will drop back below, that's where the opportunity is for us to look at this market for potential trend. Now at the moment we can see the market is in a trend, and this is the 1 hour chart, which is after this consolidation, breakout, pullback, the market in a sharp uptrending market structure, as you can see guys. So we will be waiting for a significant break of structure for any entry. Now this is a 3187.40 is an important level of support, where you saw that the past price has got a bounce from that level, and that's where we will be waiting for the price to drop, and then once we see the market has grabbed that liquidity here, we can look for possible entry opportunity in this market. So hope that you guys are enjoying the live session that we are doing every single day. If you're enjoying, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every single day. while we see the dollar yen as well in a trend here, dollar yen is in a downtrend from this resistance line. The market in a downtrend on dollar yen, wanting to see the price to break below possibly. And from the daily, this is a daily level on dollar yen where there is a previous support turning resistance, and that's a high liquidity zone on dollar yen, which is very important level. And wanting to see the price has respected that level, and this 4-hour candle so far we can see the price, the bull's not getting enough strength. That means that we might see possibly downside on dollar yen. In addition to dollar yen, we can see that XAUUSD also in a nice uptrend here, and we will be waiting for the price to give us possible breakup structure here. And once we see the market had a breakdown here, okay, so in that support here where there is a high liquidity, we can look for buying opportunity in this market. So as we can see that coming up PPI in just a matter of 12 minutes. So I would like to ask using a poll here. Thank you for joining the live session. Welcome. Yes. Okay. So I think welcome. Thank you. Very good. Thank you. So let's look at with the PPI. Let me ask with the poll, guys, what's your view on PPI? So what's your view on the upcoming PPI? So do you think that XAUUSD gonna bounce back up or it's gonna drop again? Posting a poll to see what the community is looking at. So I posted a poll here, and with that poll, if you guys looking at, will be helpful to look at if you what's your view on PPI. And as you can see, the market in that area, there is a head here and also left shoulder, right shoulder, which is a head and shoulder. But as you know that the primary priority here is not the head and shoulder but the trend. So the trend is the most important part here to look at. So if we look at here on XAUUSD, we can see that there is a head, left shoulder and right shoulder, and with that head and shoulder expecting for XAUUSD to potentially drop here to the support level. And once we see the market has broken below here to that support, we will be looking for that potential entry in this market. So would like to see the prices cross that low, grab the liquidity, and then we will be entering into that trade on XAUUSD. So because there is a head and the left shoulder and right shoulder, we will be looking for possible entry. And at the same time, okay, so at the same time, this is a support level, and we can see the market in this lower time frame where from the 1 hour chart here there is a bullish engulfer here. From the 15 minutes as well, we can see that there is a structure formation here, and would like to see with the price action confirmation the price to drop back again to that support level and then to return back to the upside to create a new higher high. We'll be waiting for that to happen. We have 10 minutes to go for the news. If you guys cast a vote, it will be helpful to see that what you are thinking about this upcoming PPI. So I posted a poll, see the 12 votes. So 67% think that bounce, everyone customer will be helpful to see what is possibly happening with the upcoming PPI. And currently here we can see that this is where there is a consolidation pattern, and with that consolidation pattern, okay, so this is a consolidation pattern, had left shoulder and the right shoulder, wanting to see the market to break below here to that support level where there is a liquidity zone in that area. We have 6 minutes to go, and with this candlestick pattern formation, I think PPI may create a potential spike here. 4-hour chart, we can see there is a doji from the daily. Here is the daily level. So if PPI bringing that price back below here, that's where you can look for potential buying opportunity in this market. And yeah, here we can see the price is there is an imbalance here. You can see this is the zone where there is an imbalance, and it's in a bullish market structure, and the price is coming towards that imbalance area. So, and with that imbalance, expecting it to return back again to the upside to create a new higher high here. And in the meantime, guys, if you're enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. And also, if you like this, stream, I'd appreciate if you like this stream, smash it, and also hit that subscribe button if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. We have 4 minutes to go, waiting for the data to come up. So that will give us a possible directional bias on dollar yen and also looking at XAUUSD. And in the meantime, also GBP USD is in a strong uptrend at the moment, looking at dollar yen because it's in a strong downtrend. And on with the gold, looking at 1 minute chart as we trade in this lower time frame, this is where a significant support level at 3187 level. This is what we're looking to see, that the market is having this kind of strong uptrend here on this XAUUSD. And with the data, if it had that spike back below this level, we will be looking for that bullish entry in this market. Thank you for joining the live session. You guys ready for a spike here? We are not opening at the moment any trade because you'd like to see the market first has given that directional bias. From the 1 minute we saw that there was a head and shoulder and then break from that head and shoulder. Later we saw sideways movement, and again the market is going back up to that level. And the daily support that I would like to again, this is where the daily level. So this is the daily support level. So this is where the daily support level. So in that daily support level, that's where we will be looking for trading opportunity in this market. And would like to see the market is coming back to that daily support. If it drop back here, and it may still keep pushing up because it's preparing for a bullish trend here. But if the spike below to the daily level, daily support, let me draw as well the lowest point of the daily opening here. And if the market drop back to this zone here, in between this daily low and support, we can look for buying opportunity here in that area. That's what we're looking to see. And still the market is not moving much. So still pending. Okay, minus 3%, minus 0.1%. So way more than the forecast. First data. And how did that impact it? So both of these data has come out to be very negative than what it was expected. And also later today coming up another two important preliminary UOM consumer sentiment as well as preliminary inflation expectations. So both of these news are quite important, and that also market movers. So now this move here that we can see that reach that 4-hour resistance line. And the next one is where the next news is where the candle also will close. This one, and I think that news might be pretty important here. So at the moment we can see that from this level it's still maintaining that bullish structure. There isn't much reaction on XAUUSD, and we see that on, if we look at dollar yen as well as British pound US dollar, there wasn't a big reaction, but I think the market is preparing for the next one. And so British pound, US dollar, dollar yen. So dollar yen is in a long-term downtrend here, and we can see that in that long-term downtrend, this is a move on dollar yen, drop to that level, pull back, and we can expect it to break in that direction. So if we look at on XAUSD here, we see there is a, you can see with this long week, an impressive break below with this doji formation, and would like to see the market coming here to that support level from the 1 hour. Now the 1 hour price action on XAUSD is a liquidity candle. This is an important candlestick pattern on the 1 hour. That's where you can see this support is important here, and this kind of price action is possibly to move back up, a possibility to bounce back up to the resistance line, because this 1 hour candle on gold, you can see it's crossed the doji and then straight went back up. 30 minutes also bullish engulfer. So in this lower time frame here on XAUSD, which is bullish price action in that area. So here, as the one high impact news has been released, the other one is coming up in 1.5 hours. So during that time period, would like to take some position here if we find that suitable entry. At the moment here, we can see that bull move and coming for a pullback, as it grabbed liquidity multiple times here. We may see the market to go back up to the which is around 100 pip move possible in that direction. So would like to see here a break of structure. So let's wait for that break of structure here. If we see the market has broken from that structure in that direction, we will be placing pending order for this potential upside bias here. I hope that makes sense to you. And I see that quite a few votes here. So bullish 64%. Well done, guys. Very good job. We see that bullish 64%, where with that 64% bull in the vote, in fact the market has made that move. Now 1 hour chart here, as we mentioned. So if it is coming below here from this 1 hour perspective, as it is a strong liquidity grab, if any pullback in the direction is where opportunity to go long. 5 minutes candle, a bullish price action here from the 1 hour here, and we can see the market is breaking below here. So you can see that lower time frame price action from 30 minutes also coming to the support level. So here is so lower time frame price action would like to see that it's breaking above. That's where we'll see that potential entry. Okay, so here from the 1 minute chart here, there is a bounce. So here we'll be placing a buy stop above this level. Here, stop loss below this structure, and TP target to break this high. So we can place the stop loss a little above here, and so basically we will be placing buy stop here for targeting around 61 pip if the market move back up, and placing the buy stop at 3232.28. $3232.28 buy stop at, and the stop loss at 3224.50, and TP target at 3238.28, and placing a trade here on XAUSD, buy stop at 3232.28. So I'm also sharing in the group. So place that buy stop here, and with that buy stop placement, expecting for the market to have a reaction to the upside. So the buy stop placed at 3232.28. And if the market managed to break to the upside here, we will be in the trade, and then targeting for around 60 to 61 pip. Yeah, 60 pip. We had a successful trade yesterday as well, so let's this one as well make a pretty successful trade. Yesterday's we had another successful trade on our VIP group as well, also on gold. And at the moment here is where getting that rejection possibly to the upside here. So we place the buy stop here. Placing a buy stop and with an inverted head and shoulder here in that area. So there is an inverted head and shoulder, and that inverted head and shoulder, if it is playing out to the upside, then we will be entering into the trade for this potential move, and then we are on the trade. Falcon, pretty good this time. Good to hear that. Well done. And let's wait for the market to show up. All right, there is a narrow doji. Welcome guys, welcome. Waiting for a possible bounce here. Place the buy stop on XAUSD while we are looking at dollar yen as well. If we see that suitable entry on dollar yen, we can look for that. Okay, so breaking below, that's where you're not entering yet. Now if it break down, then we might be able to look for further zone to enter. At the moment we are on this area where there is a support. And dollar yen is, we see that there is a sideways market here. 15 minutes. So looking at the 4 hour on dollar yen, the candle is closing, and I think dollar yen, if it is, for me, dollar yen level that I will be looking at, this one, sell zone. So if we see that dollar yen has reached that level, that's where we will be looking for sell on dollar yen, while XAUSD is in that area, expecting it to possibly to bounce. Now gold has created a 1 minute bearish candle. This is the 1 hour support. Okay, so if the market dropping here in this support level, that's where also an important zone, that if the price drop back here, which is from the 4 hour level, then we may look for buying from this level here. So if it unusually break down, we might even see like that and then going up, which is less likely to happen. But though this is the 1 hour price action which is bullish, this breakup structure here, let's see how far it comes. Anytime we might find a bullish momentum here. So if it return back here upside, still we place that pending order here for that movement to the upside. XAUSD, we are on buy. We didn't open buy market, we place the pending order here, buy stop. So make sure guys we are not opening by market. Hello coach, how dangerous would it be for us to attempt to sell XAUSD? It's gonna be like what can I say, what is the most dangerous thing in the world? It's gonna be as dangerous as rowing your boat against the current in the river for all day long. So if you go to a river where there is a high flow and you need to row your boat against the current all day long, right? So you will be rowing your boat all day long, but it's not going anywhere because you are rowing your boat against the trend, right? So selling gold is trading against the trend at the moment because the major trend is up, right? So this is what you're looking at. Good point. Yes. We see some short-term movement here, but anytime it could turn around. As I mentioned here, the key is to look for the market that is trending with the major direction. This is two things, guys. One is trend. The other one is looking for major direction. This is where the traders, you know, that the traders get confused, is not trading with the trend and at the same time not trading with the major direction of the trend. There are two things. One is trading with the trend, the other one is with the major direction of the trend. So how do we trade with the major direction of the trend? And to trade with the major direction of the trend, we need to look for a market that is, we need to be able to identify the major trend, and also we need to be able to identify the minor trend, and we need to fuse them together to find a directional bias. That's where you need to look at, right? So if you guys look at it, you can see that this is market here on XAUSD, and where a move here, we can see this is a clean move. And how do you look at a market if it is trading in the major direction of the trend or no from the multi-time frame analysis? To do the multi-time frame analysis, I usually look for first daily confirmation. Daily trend is very important. So let's look at daily here. Now when we look at daily here on gold, which is impressive here, okay, so you can see that this is the daily trend. From here, a clean upside move, all right, so a clean upside move here on the daily, a clean move, and that clean move is where the market is heading to, right? Because here we saw that from the daily there was a breakup structure, there was a liquidity grab here, and with that liquidity grab the market made its move to the upside and crossed that high, has made it move. Now if we look at the 1 minute now, so that's where we need to look at, right? Because we found that the major direction of the trend is daily. Now when any time frame lower that you will be trading, such as 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, as long as we are, that time frame is trending in the direction of the daily trend, that's where the opportunity. Now you can see that here, this is the level that the price has crossed at low. Now it's crossing back to the upside here, right? If it is breaking out, that we are on the trade. The pending order is placed here, and this is where we are looking at the moment to give us that possible bounce here. waiting for that possible movement to the upside here. While waiting for the possible movement, let's look at today's trade on the yesterday we had a massive trade in this live session, and today also we had a massive trade, but that time the trade appeared I was not on live. But I would like to also bring it here so that you guys know that what was the trade for and how I been able to send a trade to the community here, right? So now this is the trade was first of all looking at the signal here, just so that you guys know that exactly what was the, let me bring the signal here first. I do share that trade here. Now this was the trade, okay, was sent out, and if we look at here you can see that this is the trade was sent out with the proper trade strategy explanation in the group. Now you see this is where the trade was open. Let me replay the chart, guys. You know that exactly what was the reason behind the trade. Now in the 15 minutes chart you can see that this is a candlestick pattern. Why did I pick that candle? Right, that's a question, because at the end of the day, it's a very common saying that give a man a fish, he will himself feed for a day. Teach a man how to fish, and he will feed himself for the rest of the life, right? So that is why more focus here is, rather than giving a trade or opening a trade, is more of learning, growing, becoming an independent, profitable trader. Are you guys, you have to believe that you can do that, right? Yes, if you believe in the live chat. Now this is the 15 minutes candle. This is the trade was sent out, and from here, and why? Because very clean bullish breakout. Now if for those who are our member, you can find this strategy. This is our TF strategy. TF strategy, clear explanation in the TF strategy, how to pick this trade exactly to the point, right? We see the 15 minutes break, the price crossed the 20 EMA, closed above as a bullish engulfer, enough liquidity in it, there's a bull flag here, perfect entry point, and that's what we did. It's a very high probability setup, and it's in fact moved exactly to the point where the TP was set, but we closed earlier with 50 pip profit. And it's not also all about profit, also about how we have opened the trade. Now here is, you can see that we placed the same another pending order is because here also the same way the market on the lower time frame grabbed the liquidity, and we are nearing to the potentially to trigger here, and here now this time 50 pip target. Okay, we are on the buy stop side. Nearing to the entry. One more bounce, we will be triggering the trade. got triggered. I'm on the trade, guys. Are you with me? I'm on. The trade is active here. Buy trade active, and I'm running in. If I am doing anything, I will be also explaining here. We see that running up. Would like to see there is 65 p possible if straight going back up. This gap open a little is on MT4. That might be that the price to keep push back to the upside here. Running in profit. Running in profit here. All right, cool. Moving towards TP. Would like a feedback in the live chat if you are enjoying this trade. Okay, so there is a rejection, and prefer rejection. It's not a good sign that to have such a strong rejection. Come on. So we might need to close break even. Let's wait for the market to possibly bounce from here. Okay, so if it is going to our entry or above, the price is almost to our entry. Yeah, so you would like to see again going to the profit zone, because there is a break of a structure. So enter it into the profit zone again. This trade, because there is a break of structure, I'm not going to run much. Let's see the candle close. Doesn't look very strongly bullish. There's a break of structure, and it may come for a deeper pullback here, which is, let's wait for this candle to close. If the next one is bouncing back up, as soon as it's gonna be in the, so I'm going to exit this trade, guys. Currently we are almost at entry, nearing to the entry, few pip down, but I'm going to exit this trade. Didn't do as expected, so you'll be, so we are out with the XAUSD trade. I'm out, few pip down, but still okay, as it might have downside here. Okay, so we will be waiting for further entry. So you can see the market is at entry, but we see few pip, there is a structure formation, so around 6 pip minus, so that's okay. We will be re-entering again. I think it might here, it might go for possibly either it could bounce back up, or it might come back below here for deeper drop in that area on XAUUSD. So this is where the price may keep pushing back down here to that support level. So it's moving back up, but we'll be waiting for, so not running is at the moment. We will be looking for re-entry once we see the market reorganize that structure. Welcome, thank you. Red fly, yes, we see some reaction in that area, but looking at the 4 hour, you can see that this is the 4 hour price action here, and after this bounce the price reached that level, and from this zone we can see there is a bounce here. From the 1 hour you can see this is a bullish engulfer in that area, and with that bullish engulfer, lower time frame, 15 minutes here, from here a clean bounce, and 15 minutes bullish engulfer here as well. So the price action here showing continuously showing that bullish market structure in that area. Here you can see that as the market is trending to the upside, which is fairly a bull market, Okay, so you can see that it's heading back to the upside here. Market trend is up here, and we can see keep still pushing back to the upside here in that area. So if you look at the 4-hour here, we can see that this is the 4-hour chart, and 30 minutes also showing that bullish. 15 minutes strongly bull. 5 minutes also we see there is a bullish engulfer. We can see that it's heading back to the upside, and pretty strong uptrend. And because they're both pretty strong uptrend here, we could see the market is moving up here to the resistance line or to create a new higher high here. Now, because the market is still maintaining that bullish structure from the 4-hour, you can see that this is a after this 4-hour bull candle, there is another bullish candle here, and from the 1-hour chart also there is a bullish engulfer here. So from the 30 minutes also you can see that there is a bullish engulfer in that area. 15 minutes as well, a strong bullish engulfer. Here is a strong liquidity grab with a bull candle, expecting for this market to possibly to return back to the upside here. And lower time frame we can see there is a possible break of structure. If it breaks well below this level here, that we can look for another entry. And now we can see there is a breakout structure possibly from this trend. So there is an arrow doji and getting another possible bounce here. Waiting for, we need to see a clean breakup structure before we look for further entry. 1 hour candle also closed here. We'll see also coming later today. So 12 a.m. in my zone, which is around 45 minutes later. Preliminary UOM consumer sentiment. Both of these are high impact, so both of this instrument could both of this news could give really a great market move here. So we're waiting to see for the market to show proper proper opportunity here. And I hope that guys you're enjoying the live session. If you're enjoying, I would appreciate if you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you're not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. Now here there is a long wick doji. It's trying to break below from that level. Okay, so you see that breakup structure here. And yeah, it's breaking from that structure. we might see a head and shoulder and then to come back below here to that support level, because it's in an uptrend, wanting to see that it's having a melt in that direction. So if it is coming back here to that support where there is a liquidity grab, we may see that the market to potentially trend again to the upside here. Let's wait for deeper drop or pullback, and the daily level is here, though we might not see that much of drop. But if the news coming up having a very strong spike to the daily support, that's a big opportunity. So it has formed a structure here now, a head and shoulder. But as I mentioned before, the focus here is not the head and shoulder but the trend. So you will be looking for the trade in the direction of the trend. As the major trend is up, we're looking for the market to trend and break from the structure and then to trend to the upside here. Now what you can see here, long wick candle, and possibly to see further bearish move to this level or even breaking below further. Now with that head and shoulder, we see that trend here, and yeah, locally we can see that possible change of local trend. 4-hour chart where the price just has hit that 4-hour opening and closing. 1-hour chart, there is a 1-hour bullish engulfer here. So there is a from the 1 hour, if we look at, we can see that it's in a strong uptrend. From the 1 hour, it's a significantly bullish trend, and in that bullish trend, if we look at closely, we can see that the market, because it's a 1 hour and you can see 15 minutes as well, showing significant from here a clean upside here. Now there are two levels that we can look at. Now 15 minutes, if we look at, for the market to break below and then return back up, especially if the price breaking 3211 level, and that's where you will be looking for another buy here. So if it managed to break well below this level, that's what we'll be looking for further buy. Now, as you know that, guys, as with the news coming up, we may see the market to pull back. Now, this, come on, I got stopped out. Need a break. Now, if we look at daily again, now as you can see, I frequently switch time frame. Sometimes you might think that, okay, coach, you are in 1 minute and then going to the daily. How does this sounds like? Now, looking at again the 1 minute, why it is important to look at daily and the 1 minute or higher time frame and lower time frame at the same time is because once you integrate higher time frame with the lower time frame, that's where you started to see the clear picture in the market, right? That's where the opportunity, that's where you can see the clear picture in the market. Once you know that how to integrate higher time frame with the lower time frame. Now, if you look at here, this is XAUSD, the 1 minute chart. Okay, there is a head, left shoulder, and the right shoulder, head and shoulder, and in that head and shoulder, we can see the market started to, you can see that it's break below here. Now, when we integrate the daily here, you can see this is the daily price action, this is daily support here, and in that daily price action, if the market come back below, well below the daily low or the daily at least to 50%, we can expect a pushback up again in the main direction of the trend. That's where the opportunity, that's where the trade, that's where that we need to look for possible trading opportunity in the market. So you can see that this is the 1 minute, and okay, so this is a head, left shoulder, and the right shoulder. So would like to see that the market to possibly come back here in that direction to that support level to create a new lower low. And as a day trader or as a scalper, this is very essential for us to look for higher time frame and the lower time frame, and that is where the winning rate become very high. Okay, so if we look at current journal with us, okay, so this is what so far, which is a really to see that how things playing out. And today we had another 50 pip, and the key here is to wait for a high quality trade. Once we find that high quality trade, the next thing is to know that when to enter and when to exit. That's all. Not a big difficult task of becoming a better trader. It's all psychology and having a technical knowledge or the understanding the technical analysis. Okay, so this is where you will be looking to see how we can trade the market. Now you can see quite a few long week here as well, and with quite a few long week candles here. It's again pushing back up. You can see after liquidity grab, it has got bounce again to the upside. And you can see it's again pushing back. So that's why the direction of the trend is very important, that we always look for a market that is trading with the trend. Okay, so this is where the key here is to look for the market that is trading with the trend, and directional bias is very important when we are looking at a market, when we are looking for trading opportunity in the market. And to be sure about the directional bias, the number one point is to see the trend. We emphasize a lot with that point, trading with the trend, finding the best trade in the major direction of the trend. Now here is, we can see that from here a clean breakout, Okay, we can see that. I think that might be let's wait if it is a really great call here. We have another 30 minutes for the news to come up. Dollar yen, we see that after the 4-hour close, it's sideways at the moment. What is happening with the British pound US dollar? Also after the candle close, little sideways. And yeah, we'll keep eye on dollar yen as well. Looking at British pound US dollar, which is currently in a pullback. So here again, looking at the 4-hour, changing the time frame to look at the daily, we saw that daily time frame open with a gap, and it's maintaining that bullish market structure in that area. And the lower time frame here as well, showing the same pattern in this area. And the 1 minute chart here, we can see that the market in this lower time frame, we see that there is a strong breakout, sideways movement, and with that sideways movement, we can see the price after this potentially breaking below, and then to trend again to the upside. Okay, so with that structure formation is breaking below here 30 minutes. If we look at where you can see this is the 30 minutes support, and if this market is straight coming back to the 30 minutes support, we may see a possible reaction here. Also the 15 minute support here, which is, you can see that directly coming back to that from the 30 minutes. So as we are having the news coming up in 20 minutes, we can see there is a potential for break of structure. So if we look at the 30 minutes, you can see this is a 30 minutes candle, expecting it to come back here to that support. Possibility drop back below to the support. So what you can see on dollar yen here, the same kind of pattern. We may see the dollar yen to possibly to trend in that direction here, while we can see that say USD from the 30 minutes. The most important part in that area is to see what kind of structure it has formed, and still it's maintaining that bullish. I was waiting for deeper break, but we can see that from here it started to move again. Now So what we can see in this area, that there is a liquidity grab here, and with that liquidity grab, it's trying to break again to the upside. We have 15 minutes to go for this news to come up, and waiting for patiently to see how the data is playing the role here. And if we see the market especially coming below, will be an opportunity to go long, because daily chart here is where there is a high probability setup. Now you can see this is the daily price action. Let's delete those lines here, and with this daily support, okay, so this is the daily support here, breaking all this low with the spike possibly to be an opportunity for us to look for that entry. Now this is the 5 minutes. Possibly you could see that coming back below here. So we're waiting to see that complete breakout structure that will bring that price almost to the daily support. So here is possibly having a short-term drop. It's almost to the 30 minutes support level. It is possible for a breakout structure here, and that breakout structure, let's see where the market is heading to, as 12 minutes coming with the two high impact news that will have some spike. And you can see it's breaking below now, and that breakdown is important, because once the market is breaking below here, that is where you will be looking for that entry opportunity. Now 30 minutes here, we can see that this is the 30 minutes price action. From this resistance line, there's a long wick rejection here, and so with that long wick rejection, Look at the 30 minutes here. So here is 30 minutes. Let's look at to see. The question is the market from here having a change of trend, or it just a false breakout. Let's see. We have 7 minutes to go for the news to come up, and that might bring a spike here. So we have 5 minutes to go for this news to come up, and So let's look at how the spike is playing out here. So there is a significant break of support, and now we need to look at how the data is playing out the role. Okay, so we have 2 minutes to go before the data, and waiting for the data to come up. So we might see some momentum back to the upside here. So as we can see that there is a, as you can see with the data, the price just been revert back to the upside. Now let's see what kind of information that we can see here. Now, preliminary UOM consumer sentiment, the forecast was 54, came out to be 50, and this one didn't have forecast, but 6.7% inflation expectation. So what we can see here in that area with this movement, if we look at the 4 hour here, we can see that this is the 4 hour from this support level. The candle, as soon as the candle close, we see that initial bounce from the 30 minutes as well. After the candle close, we see that initial bounce because it's a long-term bull market. And now here in this area from the 5 minutes and the lower time frame, we can see there is a bounce. So now the point is to look at if this market is potentially coming for a deeper pullback or trending again to the upside here. Now I think that you can see that with this breakout, the price has reached that liquidity zone, so it may try to potentially break again below, but 4 hour price action which is bullish still. So again, looking at the 30 minutes and the 15 minutes here, and the 5 minutes, which is a very long week here in that area. With a long week in that area. Now we can see that with the long week, and there might be an inverted head and shoulder here. So here we still the market is still not prepared. I think we might see either sideways movement here. The directional bias is still not clear. It's a long-term trend, but we see that after the breakout it bounced back up. So we see that currently it's moving in a sideways, and with this sideways movement we can see the market possibly to have a reaction. We will be waiting for a little more time for entry. We had already opened one trade, but today's last day of trading week, and we might see quite a bit of movement later today. If you look at the daily here, you can see this is the daily price action where there is a daily support here, and if you look at the weekly here, so far a pretty strong weekly movement. So if the market coming down to that lower time frame support, that's where we will be looking to enter into this trade in this market. So we'll be waiting for further entry opportunity as soon as you will find that. And with that being said, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this live session. I'll still be looking for the trade in the market. As soon as we're coming up, we'll be sharing in the group as well. If you guys want to also explore my strategies, education, as well as the mentoring, currently it's almost ending that the mentorship, so it might get closed for some period of time, still open. You can find link below this video. You can visit the website www.forextradingwizard.com. visit the website and explore more about all the education strategies. And yeah, in the meantime, guys, also don't miss out to join the free Telegram channel, link in the description area. With that being said, thank you very much for joining this live session. I'll see you again very soon trading live together. Until that, stay well, stay happy.